Robbie, so nice to meet you and congratulations on this film. I thought it was completely heartwarming and your voice is just so stunning and soothing to me.
Thank you.
I literally love it, and that ending got me so much. So congratulations to you, first of all.
Thank you.
I really want to talk with you about the motion capture and how that worked, especially in regards to the singing, because you've been a singer your entire life, but this is different having kind of the motion capture suit. So how did that work?
Well, first off, you have to get into this cage and there's like 150 cameras around you. And I had to do 120 different expressions. And then through the miracle of CGI and the wonderful company Weta, they transposed me on top of John O'Davis, who played me in the movie. And bits of the performances, I'm in there. I don't know which bits and which not bits, and I also don't know which bits are me singing and which bits aren't me singing. I don't want to know either.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to know. I'm quite happy being beguiled by the magic of cinema.
Take me back to what your reaction was when you saw the end scene with Robbie and his dad singing My Way.
With me and my dad.
Yes, with you and your dad singing My Way. It's one of my favorite scenes I've seen in a film all year. What was the emotions going through?
Okay, so I've seen the scenes as they're being made, you know. So when I saw them all stitched together, I was just gripped with my hands going, I hope this is a good movie, I hope this is a good movie, more than I was taking the movie in. But I'd seen that scene. I'd seen my nan pass away. I'd seen, you know, my fiance at the time lose a baby. I'd seen all of these scenes separately. I've been in front of a computer and cried. And then there is moments when I see the whole thing mashed together and I'm with an audience, and sometimes I start crying and think I'm not going to stop. And then other times I just sit there with massive ego and narcissism going, enjoy me, I'm a wonderful human, I've learned a lot, you should hang out with me, I've got so much wisdom now.
Well, I feel like your nan would be very proud, and I would love to see what her thoughts would be on the film. What do you think her response? What do you think her response would be to the film?
Well, my nan was the version of unconditional love that was placed for me in this universe. So I know what unconditional love is because I've seen it and witnessed it. And so she wouldn't. I mean, look. My nan didn't have an indoor toilet till 1985. Her head exploded when she figured out how to use a microwave. This would be, I think it would just fuse the brain.
Yes, it totally would fuse her brain.
I know this. I love her deeply. She is in my heart, and she loves me, and she is still with me.
I always ask singers this question. What is the hardest song you've had to sing both vocally and emotionally?
I wrote this song called David's Song for my album, The Heavy Entertainment Show, a couple of albums ago, and it's about my mentor and manager that passed away, and I cannot listen to it.
Really?
Yeah, it's called David's Song if you want to go and listen to it. It's about him passing, but I will never listen to that song. And I will never sing it.
So that's the one song of yours where it's kind of, you've laid it to rest then.
Yeah.
And you just won't sing it. But what is one song that you have sung over and over again that's still emotionally hard for you?
None of them.
None of them.
None of them.
None of them. Well, Robbie, they are giving me their rap. I am so excited for audiences to see Better Man when it's in theaters, and I think that this was just such like a very special biopic that was very audacious and daring, and I congratulate you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Give me a rundown of your tattoos.
So I am a big Hunger Games fan.
Yeah.
Mockingjay. Michael, so lovely to meet you. I was just saying I spent my morning prepping for this and watching The Greatest Showman. So
amazing.
One of my favorite movies, but I absolutely loved Better Man. So congratulations, first of all, on this incredible film, truly.
Thank you.
I absolutely love the scene with Robbie and Nicole dancing. I thought that was so beautifully shot, and do such an amazing job filming actors dancing. Take me back to filming that particular sequence, because the choreography looked amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, same choreographer and assistant choreographer, Ashley Wallen and Jenny Griffin, as Showman.
Amazing.
And that number was probably the one we shot out the most.
Wow.
And we would just keep challenging ourselves. What was the in and the out point to each of those moments? And Patrick Carell would cut them together, who's one of the producers on the film, but also creatively, he's like my right-hand person. And we would just keep evolving the number. We would just keep iterating it again and again and again. And we just shoot it on iPhone, like not, we would shoot it wherever we are, like in hotel lobbies, wherever we could get space. We would just keep iterating, and then it got to a point where we were like, that's telling the right story, and it's emotionally engaging, and it's allowing us to see the contrast between the flash forward moments and then the joy of falling in love.
Oh, it was edited together so beautifully. You've obviously been able to collaborate with so many incredible singers, Pink, Hugh Jackman, now Robbie Williams. What do you love as an artist about being able to collaborate with so many different types of singers and artists?
I mean, I'm such a huge fan of musical narrative, and whether that's just the lyrics in a song or, films like The Mission, which would only be that film with that score, So, getting to collaborate with talent on the music and songwriting front is one of the great joys I have in my job.
Yeah.
And I just think I'm really fortunate, I'm very fortunate that I've had these experiences, and I've, I think that really the joy of directing is those collaborations,
Yeah. What did you learn working on The Greatest Showman? Obviously, it's such a massive hit in 2017. Now it's 2024. What did you learn about working and directing and making that film that you applied here?
That is the best question, because I often say to people when I'm just talking to my friends that, when I'd finished Showman, all I wanted to do was go back and remake that film.
Oh, wow.
And knowing what I knew then, So Better Man is very much a result of things learnt on Showman, and whether that is, a sound design. There is so much more that I could have done with the sound design in The Greatest Showman. There's so much more I could have done in different areas, and some of the things is really, really small, but they're things that all impact so much on the experience for the audience, that taking those into Better Man, and as a filmmaker, just being better at getting what's inside my head up on the screen.
Right.
So I feel very fortunate that I got another chance, because, some directors spend enormous amount of time in their lives trying to realize a film, and if it doesn't have success, they don't often get the chance to do it again.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate that Showman found an audience.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And I was very fortunate that it did well to a point where I could pitch something as outrageous as this and still be able to make it.
It's really beautifully put, and you're obviously going to be your own worst critic. The Greatest Showman is a perfect film. They are giving me the rat. Michael, it was so nice to chat with you, and I'm so excited for audiences to see Better Man. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
So very